The Royal Enfield Himalayan was never specifically designed for the US market. Royal decided to finally bring it to the United States, and lo and behold, today it's one of their best sellers. Obviously, the very first thing that attracts you to the Royal Enfield Himalayan is the style. This unique, modern, classic, vintage appeal it has to it. It's very much styled after the old school adventure motorcycles. It is an adventure bike. It doesn't look like the modern adventure bikes of today, but that is the heart and soul of this bike. It's a 411cc single-cylinder air-cooled four-stroke. It's a very nice, gentle, very approachable motorcycle, low seat height, very comfortable to ride. And this bike is not about conquering the mountain, it's about flowing with the mountain. It's a very, very smooth ride. The engine is just silky smooth. And I'd say right about 4,000 RPM is where it hits its sweet spot. And it just glides like it's on glass. It's a real treat. And so if you're in the mood to just sail through those turns, and especially if you're not in a hurry, if you're more about enjoying the ride and maybe taking in the view while you give it a minute to get up the hill, this is a wonderful bike for you. And like I said, it's predominantly for me about the styling. I love the character of this bike. I noticed how incredibly stable it is, especially in the dirt on some of the hard pack, slick roads. I'm surprised to see how planted this bike is, how easy it is to ride, especially on dirt roads, off-roads, bumpy roads. I wouldn't go as far as tackling single track on it. Go get yourself a dirt bike for that. Don't be ridiculous. But if you just want to come up here like I did today, come out of your garage right up into the mountains until your service drops out, this is the bike for you. And this is the bike that'll get you there and get you there in style. There is so much to love about the Royal Enfield Himalayan. A commonly asked question, is the Royal Enfield Himalayan an ideal beginner bike? It checks a lot of the boxes of an ideal beginner bike. It has a low seat height, a very approachable small 411cc air-cooled motor. It has a very nice gentle power delivery to it. It has a nice upright seating position. That said, those elements do not necessarily make something the easiest bike to ride. There are aspects of this bike that are going to reward a more precise rider. It has a 5-speed gearbox, and those 5 speeds are spaced a little bit further apart than something that would have a 6-speed gearbox. And first gear is a little bit tall. The jump to second is also a little bit tall. And this bike, while it does have a nice spread of smooth power, it will keep chugging along. If you want to have it in the meat of its power, you might find yourself needing to shift more, needing to be a little bit more precise with the clutch. And those sorts of things can be challenging for a beginner. Is it particularly tricky? No. There's nothing tricky about this bike. It is very friendly. It's very approachable to ride. It has a nice smooth roll-on, so it's not going to break traction. It's not going to jump out from underneath you. That said, there are easier bikes out there to ride. And in fact, if someone was a straight up, completely green rider who said, what would you recommend for me to get started on? I doubt this bike would even be in my top 10 for them. On the other hand, where this could be a good beginner bike, if that beginner is a beginner street rider coming from a dirt background, then this bike is actually a pretty great idea because it has the nice big 21-inch front wheel, the 18-inch rear, much like a dirt bike, and it has the upright seating position, nice wide handlebar. All of that is going to be pretty familiar to you. And if you're also coming from a dirt bike background, you're not going to have a problem with keeping the bike in the power or shifting points or clutch coordination, anything like that. So in that regard, it could be a pretty good beginner bike if this is your first street bike coming from the dirt. And if you're just looking to get onto the street and want to do it on something that'll be an easy transition, absolutely, this is a great bike for you to get started on.